As humans, we do everything in our power to get rid of our scars. Scars are part of us. Each and everyone has a certain kind of scar. Some people bear physical scars, others bear spiritual, emotional, whatever scars we bear as individuals. But we each have a scar that we have, and they remind us of some things. I have a physical scar. Let me show you my scar. And because it is physical, I get to hear a lot of things. If your scar is not physical, not everybody will see it, it's not visible, so people will not tell you a lot of things. But having a physical scar, I get to hear a lot of things. And today I want us to talk about something: saints and scars. Mine is physical. Of course, I have some emotional scars and definitely spiritual scars. First off, let me tell you about my physical scar. Like I showed you, it's on my right hand, and so it's very visible for everybody to see when you see me. And because of that, I get to hear a lot of things. Like I said, how did I come by this scar? I suffered from Buruli ulcer. That is the story of my life. Around class 6, that would be somewhere between 10 and 12 years, I suffered from Buruli ulcer. And that left the scar in a span of like 2 years. I was dealing with a wound that I had no idea how it came about. I slept, woke up one day, and then my hand was a bit swollen. And my mom tried her best. We dealt with it. It took 2 years plus before it finally was healed. And I'm so grateful for the kind of scar it left. It could have taken my hand at a point when we went to the hospital. We finally did end up in the hospital. The doctor said, before we did the x-ray, if it has affected my bone, we were going to cut off the hand. And that was some difficult moments, because between the time of the x-ray and waiting for the results, there was uncertainty. But when finally the results came, the doctor made the remarks. It was the doctor was a white man. And he made the remarks to my mom, and he asked, of course, somebody had to interpret for my mom. So he asked if my mom took me to church, if we spent time in church. That's why we came late. It wasn't like we were going to church. We were just trying traditional medicine back then. And so he said, really, whatever God my mom worships has really helped me, because it was left with, it was very close to the bone, and if it had touched the bone, it would have cut off the hand. But thank God it didn't touch the bone. And at first I was ashamed, so I would hide my scar every time. I used to go out with a piece of cloth covering that particular hand. And one day, one of my aunties called me because she saw me with the clothes, and she called me. And then she asked me why I had that cloth on, even though it was a very hot afternoon. And I told her I didn't want anybody to see my scar. And she said something profound. She said, I didn't bargain for that scar, so I don't have to hide it. And that was my saving grace at that time. From that day, I embraced my scar. I still didn't think there was anything good about it. But I embraced it and I stopped covering it. I would go about with my scar and everything. And one day, years later, something happened, and that is why I still bear the scar, even though some people offer to pay for cosmetology so that I do plastic surgery and then cover it and things. But something happened. I was working in a certain financial institution and savings and loans, and a lady came there. You could see she was distressed. She had saved some small amount of money, so she came for her money. And I was attending to her, so I asked her what the issue was, because you could see it on her face. And when I asked her, she said she was carrying her child at the back, and she said the child had suffered something, and she had suffered from burns, and she needed the money to take care of the child. So that's why she came for the little amount of money that she had saved. I was touched, because she said she was alone, there was no man, and she needed to get the money to take care of the child. And so when she was telling me she was crying, I asked her why she was crying, and she said she was crying because as young as the child was, she suffered from that burns. That means her life has come to an end, sort of, because she would bear a scar throughout her life, and it's going to affect her image. When she was talking about her scar and how the child would be affected, I tried to console her, but she told me, I don't understand, because it will not be me carrying that kind of scar, and so I wouldn't know how impactful or how it would affect the girl when she grows up finally. No matter how much I tried to talk to the lady, she wasn't getting it. She wasn't going to accept it, because according to her, I don't understand. And truly, I've not suffered from burns before. No, I've not. But I have a scar. So I tried to assure her that she wasn't getting, so I said she should come with me. We went outside to the back of the office premises and to a place where it was a bit private, and I folded the sleeve of my shirt, and then I showed her this particular scar, and she was just looking at me, and I asked her, did you see anything wrong with me when you met me? She said no. And I asked her again, do you believe your child can be somebody even with a scar? She said yes. Now that she's seen mine, she believes it will not take anything from the child. And I was happy for the first time about this particular scar, because I didn't understand, but it made sense. My scar was that thing that somebody needed to stay motivated. As bad as it is, as ugly as it is, somebody's motivation came from my physical scar. What am I saying? Your scar, whatever scar you are bearing, is useful. It has a purpose. You don't have to kill yourself because you have a scar. Whether it's emotional or it's physical, whatever it is, there is some usefulness to the scar, and you must embrace it. It happened. You couldn't control whatever led to this particular scar, but now you are healed and you bear the scar. You have to make use of it. Maybe like what happened with me and the lady. Your scar will be that source of motivation for the next person you meet. I don't know about why things happen and why we have to suffer the way we suffer. But if my scar could motivate somebody, your scar can motivate somebody too. This is physical. We bear emotional scars. My dad was never there. Like, I grew up without a dad, and how did that affect me? It did. For so many years, I saw men, and anytime I see a man out, the only conclusion I would reach is that person would also be on the run. Like, the person would go away the moment they get what they want, and it has impacted my life. But thankfully, my brothers did a good job, and it changed the image of men that I had borne for so many years. However, the emotional scar is still there, and it taught me something that it taught me how not to be the other woman in somebody else's life. That is my emotional scar teaching me something. And so even though it wasn't good, in the end I learned from it, and it's serving a purpose in my life. My physical scar encouraged somebody. It motivated a mother who was so broken because the child has suffered some degree of things. I don't know what scar you have that's making you think that's the end. You can't go on anymore. Let's talk about somebody in the Bible. Do you remember Paul? Yes, Paul, the one that was the enemy of the church. Paul was everything against the church, and what happened in the end? That scar he bore before he met Christ. He became a very strong pillar for the church in the end. Jesus didn't leave him aside because of that scar. He became useful for the church because of the scars he bore. Look at Peter, the friend that betrayed the friend 3 times before the cock. Yeah, that Peter. Peter denied Jesus 3 times, not once. And then when he denied Jesus and after resurrection, you would think because of that betrayal, Jesus would say, "Oh, Peter, he betrayed me, be on your way." No. Jesus still went for Peter, and he became that stone. Imagine the guy that was cursing, that was betraying Jesus, that was fighting everybody, and the one that cut off the ears of that one. Imagine that Peter preaching for the first time in 3,000 souls, and those are just men, were added to the church. Can you imagine? That is a broken man, a broken Peter with a scar of betrayal. He would forever remember how he denied Jesus 3 times, but that still wasn't enough for Jesus to let him go. You know, when Jesus was raised, when Jesus resurrected after the crucifixion, he had a fresh body, by the way, and he could have taken off his own scars. He would have come back alive without the scars, but he came back alive with the scars to show the glory, to show the enemy that he really, the one that was crucified, the one that died, the one that was beaten with his flesh totally out of his body, torn there, was left with bones and things, but he woke up with a fresh body, but with a scar. The scars in the palms, he left them, the one at the side and the ones at the feet. Those scars would forever be the evidence that he died, he bought us at a price, and those scars will forever be the ones that we look up to, the ones that would remind us. It will remind him, it will remind God of how he paid for us. Scars are beautiful. The scars you bear doesn't forget what the society tells you about your scars. You don't have to degrade yourself. You don't have to let that be the one thing that will take you down every time. No. Look at that scar. It's an evidence that you passed through something. It's the evidence of God's glory. It's the evidence of how you survived. It's the evidence of how God showed up and how you made it through whatever it is that you passed through. Whether it's physical or emotional, your scars matter. You are not a saint because of the scars. No, but the scars are evidence of the process that you passed through. Paul and Peter were not saints because of the scars, but they were evidence of how they were taken from one place to the next, how they grew from glory to glory, from grace to grace. It's an evidence of God's grace on their lives, and that is the same thing for us. I don't know about you, but I have accepted and I embrace my scars, whether emotional or physical. And once you accept it and you see it for what it is, all the stress, there's no cosmetology conversation. You just use it to motivate others, because in the end, that's it. Whatever God does with us is for His glory, and it's so we can also be a source of motivation for others. Embrace your scars, my saint. All the saints have their own scars. It's not shameful. It's an evidence. It only shows that God has taken you through something and you made it. You survived that particular thing. When you look at the scars, it's supposed to tell you to say thank you, God. It's supposed to remind you of the goodness of God in your life. It's not supposed to put you down because you have a scar. No, it's supposed to draw you closer to God. It's supposed to remind you of His faithfulness at every point in time. Not like the doctor said, my heart could have been amputated. Definitely. But it wasn't. And so anytime I look at my scar, I just remember the goodness of God saving me through Buruli ulcer. People went through the same thing. Some didn't make it. If you see how some people were deformed because of the same thing that I suffered for 2 years, they passed through for just some few months because they were taken to the hospitals early, and so they got treatment early. But if you see what happened to some of them, you will understand why I am grateful to God for this particular scar. And then it's still a source of motivation for somebody. Embrace your scar. That is the evidence and the testimony that you bear on your body, that is the evidence and the testimony that you bear as a child of God. If God saved you through something, He saved you from something, it's not supposed to be the source that the enemy will use to shame you every time. No, it's the evidence of God's grace on your life, and so you are supposed to use it as such. When you look at where He picked you from, let it be the evidence and the testimony that you share with others. You never can tell. My physical scar saved somebody. It saved a mother. And I know that would be the motivation that she needed to take care of the girl, because she wasn't going to spend money on the girl to go to school, because according to her, the scar was the end. But it was able to motivate somebody, something that I didn't even count as anything. And since then, I've embraced it, and I know if it motivated one person, maybe there's somebody else that it is to motivate. Whether your scar is physical or not, embrace it. God took you through whatever it was. And so I want you to look at it from God's perspective, from God's eyes, with the lens of God's eyes, and embrace that scar. He's good. He's good. Oh yes, He's good. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourself. Be the saint that is bearing his or her scar with pride. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.